Did you know that Midra, the Lord of the Frenzied Flame, has wounds all over his body, but they have all been treated? It suggests that someone has helped him with his suffering. Here are some amazing details that I discovered by closely checking his 3D model design. In his human form, Midra stands at 5'3", or 1.6 meters. His height is similar to that of a normal old man. Midra's appearance is a hunting sight. He wears a tattered yellow cloak that barely covers anything. Removing the clothes reveals his thin and skeletal frame. His stomach doesn't even exist. Midra is pierced by the thorns of the Greatsword of Damnation, causing him immense suffering. He has scars and blood covering his entire body, but his wounds are stitched, even behind his back. Nanaya, his partner, was most likely the one who had helped him with his suffering. His face is full of agony and pain. His eyes are hollow, and the left side of his face is deformed and falls off. His mouth is perpetually agape, revealing a jagged maw. In his dying state, Midra transforms into the Lord of Frenzied Flame. He rips the Greatsword of Damnation out of his body, taking his head off in the process. The head is replaced by a frenzied flame that glows brightly. In this new form, Midra grows to an imposing height of 7'6", 2.3 meters. He becomes a towering, monstrous figure. His arms and legs grow longer and much thinner. You can clearly see his lost head when removes the frenzy flame. He has a stronger body, but is still marked by his past wounds. His weapon, Greatsword of Damnation, which now has great length and the ability to transform. He can use it to pierce through its victim as a severe agony punishment. Midra's most powerful attack is Big Flame Explosion. He rises into the air and slams the ground, which causes a big explosion of frenzied flame. Defeated Midra will be rewarded with remembrance of the Lord of Frenzied Flame, handed to Enia in Round Table Hold to unlock its power. You can unlock one of two. First is the Greatsword of Damnation, a golden greatsword that once pierced Midra's body. This weapon has a unique skill, Golden Crux. Leap up and skewer a foe from overhead. If successful, its barbs unfold to cause excruciating pain from within. Second is Midra's Flame of Frenzy, an incantation to summon the head of Midra to spew out frenzied flame. Did you know Messmer the Impaler from Elden Ring's new DLC is actually blind when fighting with you? Here are some amazing details that I discovered by closely checking his 3D model design. Messmer stands at 9'2", or 2.8 meters, making him significantly taller than the average human, around 1.5 times higher than Spider-Man, even taller than Hulk. He wears a red cloak that covers his entire body, giving him a royal and elegant look. Behind the cloak, his scaled armor is designed with the snake and bat wing theme. Messmer's helmet is also shaped like two winged serpents, symbolizing the two snakes around his body. One interesting part is that Melina, Messmer's younger sister, also has a vision of fire like her brother. She also lost her left eye, similar to her brother. When removes his clothes, it reveals that the two bat-winged snakes grow directly from his body. These snakes are not just companions but an integral part of him. In Phase 2, Messmer removes his only eye and shatters it, making him basically blind in Phase 2. His snakes even shred their skin and become white in this form. Remove the wrappers, showing a lot of wounds all over his body, displaying the fire's damage to Messmer. Messmer third form, known as Abyssal Serpent. He turns into a giant snake that spits fire. The snake thickness measures 10 feet, or 3.1 meters. Just like Messmer in human form, this snake lost its left eye and has a hole for a right eye. It likewise has open wounds all over its body. Even though this snake lacks eyes on its head, many eyes spawn randomly on its body. It has hair, rarely. But it is weird that it is a snake, has scales, and also has hair. It has so many teeth inside its giant mouth, 119 teeth in total, making it the monster with the most teeth in Elden Ring. Upon defeating Messmer, you'll receive Remembrance of the Impaler, handed to Enia in Round Table Hold to unlock one of two. First is the Spear of the Impaler. This is the legendary spear wielded by the Impaler. Together with the weapon skill, Messmer's Assault lets you do a combo of attacks and eventually slamming the spear that causes a wide area of damage. Second is Messmer's orb, which creates a giant floating orb that moves toward foes and explodes after a few seconds. You can purchase Messmer's set from Enia after defeating Messmer.
Did you know that Commander Gaius is actually disabled? It explains why he rides a boar into battle. Here are some amazing details that I discovered by closely checking its 3D model design. Commander Gaius, when riding his boar, stands 16 feet or 5 meters tall. That's as height as 5 adult wild boars lined up, or as 2 plus 1/3 God of War stacked head to toe. Gaius is an albinoric, an artificial life form created by humans, which explains why he has a human-like appearance but doesn't have legs. Other similar life forms include Latenna, the slumbering archer, and Albus, the keeper of the medallion. One of Commander Gaius' most striking features is his mount, a giant war boar. The boar's armor matches Gaius's, featuring the dirty black, rugged texture and intricate engravings. The boar's tusks are long, sharp, and lethal, intentionally designed by Gaius for combat. The boar's armor includes a large, comfortable seat, ensuring Gaius can ride firmly and effectively during battle. Beneath the armor, the boar has thick, bristly black fur that provides additional protection. Interestingly, this fur resembles that of a large feline, like a lion, rather than a typical boar. Gaius himself is a sight to behold.
The chest armor is made of black iron with thick, protruding pieces that provide high defense and resistance. They are designed to look like scattered seeds. Above the helmet, there is a long plume that resembles a sprouting seedling. Interestingly, it also bears a resemblance to a boar's tail. A very clever detail that is easy to miss.
Together with this huge helmet that covers his whole face. Underneath the armor, he's wearing a padded leather jacket, a classic combo for a full-plate medieval knight. As for his weapon, Commander Gaius is wielding a sword lance, a deadly combination of a greatsword and a lance. Gaius can charge it with gravity magic for extra heavy hits. When charged, the boar can reach speeds of 25 miles per hour or 40 kilometers per hour. That's double the speed of a person running, so escaping from this boar is nearly impossible, even though it's wearing full-plated armor with a full armor warrior riding it. Commander Gaius can jump significantly high thanks to his gravity magic. 49 feet or 15 meters, about the height of a 5-story building. Defeating Commander Gaius rewards you with the remembrance of the wild boar rider. You can hand it to Enia in Round Table Hold to unlock one of two, a heavy sword lance from Commander Gaius. Together with the weapon skill, Spinning Gravity Thrust lets you levitate and thrust toward an enemy while spinning. A spell Blades of Stone from Commander Gaius can gravity manipulating to pull blade-like clumps of rock from the ground.
You can find Commander Gaius's missing leg armor by defeating the albinoric archer. It's logical to think they had a special relationship, possibly as his wife or a trusted companion. Did you know that Metyr, the Mother of Fingers, is worshipped as a divine entity, despite her grotesque and unsettling appearance? Here are some amazing details that I discovered by closely checking her 3D model design. Metyr is the first magnificently gleaming daughter of the Greater Will, a powerful outer god in the world of Elden Ring. She stands at an impressive 36 feet, or 11 meters, as tall as 6 Spider-Man lined up, or 6 Thorin stacked head to toe. Metyr is composed of numerous fingers. She has fingerprints all over her body. She has an open stomach made of smaller fingers growing out, which is very nightmarish. She has 2 prominent arms in front that can grab and attack. She has 15 fingers beneath her body, used for moving and running, functioning similarly to an insect's legs. Her head is made by a large finger with dominant fingerprints, with a single eye in front of her face. She can fire a laser beam from her eye. She has a tail that is made from 2 fingers crossing over. She can create a black hole between her tails. On her body, many fingers grow outside from her wounds, which feel very unnerving when watching closely. I count all of her fingers, 15 as legs, 2 as a tail, 1 as a head, 4 in each hand, and 518 small fingers spawn on her body. A total of 544 fingers make this boss. George Martin, the world-building and lore creator of Elden Ring, stated that fingers in the game's world are akin to angels. In this context, Metyr, who has many fingers, is similar to an angel with many eyes or wings, signifying great power and high rank. Finger Mother's most powerful attack is Event Horizon. She levitates and gathers energy before emitting two large rotating lasers, fired diagonally. Finger Mother is one of the few bosses that does not die upon being defeated. She simply teleports away. This might make her the second boss to survive, with the first one being Rynala, Queen of the Full Moon. Defeat Metyr will drop remembrance of the Mother of Fingers. You can unlock one of two. First is Gazing Finger, the head of Metyr, wielded as a colossal weapon without modification. It has a weapon skill, Kowtower's Resentment. Let you slam the weapon that causes an explosion. Second is Staff of the Great Beyond, made from the tail fingers of Metyr, catalyst for casting both sorceries and incantations. Did you know that Rykard, God-devouring serpent, is actually blue, not red? It only appears red due to the boss fight environment. Here are some amazing details that I discovered by closely checking his 3D model design. Rykard is the son of Radagon, the second Elden Lord of Erdtree, and Rynala, Queen of the Full Moon. For immortality, he chose to defy his side and merged with the blasphemous serpent, an ancient traitor to the Erdtree. He absorbed all of his greatest followers and champions, who became part of his family within the serpent. Disturbed by his transformation and the costly battles, most of his followers turned against him, seeking to bring him down with the Serpent Hunter. For size, Rykard stands at an impressive height of 53 feet, or 16 meters. It's as high as 4 Tyrannosaurus Rex lining up, or stacking 9 Spider-Man head to toe. His first form, God-devouring serpent, is a massive coiled serpent. The snake's body naturally creates a powerful large larva crater, making close-range combat difficult. Even before the transformation, you can see Rykard's face and his sleeping beneath the snake's neck. The white, ugly cloth around the snake's body is actually its shed skin. If removed, you would see the serpent's gorgeous and well-organized scales with beautiful proportions. The serpent has 2 hands, each with 7 fingers. They all wear numerous gold rings, indicating his royalty and wealth. This form still has 2 legs beneath its body, but due to its snake nature, it crosses these legs and never uses them. Its body is covered in open wounds, possibly inflicted by Rykard's champions who turned against him. His second form, Lord of Blasphemy, Rykard's face now emerges from the serpent's neck, merging with the snake's scales to create a monstrous appearance. The 3 pieces above his head are mysterious. They might be intended to resemble a crown, though I am not sure. The lifeless head of the serpent bends backward to make space for Rykard. Numerous small, human-like arms sprout from his body, mostly emerging from his open wounds. These arms belong to his followers, who are being devoured by the maw of the Great Serpent. Rykard wields a massive, luxury sword, originally adorned with gold and gems, but now covered in blood and the bodies of his victims, who suffer within it. Unlike when the snake takes control, Rykard can use both legs, like jumping. He uses both his arms and legs to balance, rather than relying on his tail like his snake's form. Rykard is extremely slow in Form 1, while in Form 2, Rykard's legs make him quicker and more agile. He still remains relatively slow. His maximum speed is around 6 miles per hour, or 9 kilometers per hour, which means you can easily outrun him. Upon his death, Rykard claimed that a serpent never dies.
I shall never die.
This is proven true when his initially vanished corpse begins to regenerate, leaving Rykard's final fate remains uncertain. Defeating Rykard, you will be rewarded with a Remembrance of the Blasphemous, handed to Enia in Round Table Hold to unlock one of 2. First is the Blasphemous Blade, a great sword of Rykard. The remains of countless devoured heroes ride on this blade. It has weapon skill, Taker's Flames. Ignite the sacred sword with blasphemous flames, then unleash a forward blast. Second is Rykard's Rancor, summons searing spirits that leave delayed explosions. These spirits manifest from the heroes who are devoured by Rykard.